All right, so that's gonna be meta, right?
Oh, okay, cool.
Not a gun guy, but no.
That's what I was about to say.
That's very specific knowledge, Sterdekie.
Not a gun guy.
I
Spews
know
out some
that
random gun.
and it looks very
I don't even know it. I'm a
similar.
gun guy.
So here is me reloading it next to one of the new airlocks in the Terraformer. The service tunnel has 2 additional airlocks, so that's another, not only is that being reshuffled, but 2 extra airlocks in there too. Okay, so attachments wise, the goal is to have 3 to 4 attachments for every weapon in the game, and that will require some of them to be remodeled or recreated. But it's a 2-prong attack. We want to actually use our opportunity to have our own spin on the weapon, so it has our unique aesthetic. So, for instance, Floodpinator has been working hard here on the attachments for the Sten and all its glorious ones that come with it. And that is a drum mag or a snail mag, you should call it.
Ooh, a drum mag.
Any questions on that one, Deck? Does that make sense? What's going on here?
Sten needs an upgrade. People shit on that poor gun all the time, and it's not the best, but I don't hate it. But that drum mag will be sick. That's great.
Yeah. So this will all be mostly unlocked through the Overlord faction trader. So you'll be able to build this kit quite a lot.
Overlord's my boy.
The other thing we're excited about, obviously, the Iron Sight's been completely reshuffled as well, redesigned, so it's a lot clearer. Which I'll demonstrate shooting with it in a minute. And then there is the weapon itself in all its glory. She did a great job getting all that texture work to our unique aesthetic that we have with the game, our diesel punk style.
Ooh, there's gonna be a foregrip.
That's kind of baked into the gun, so that's not an attachment.
Okay, awesome.
That's just to give it an extra pizzazz. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna quickly get up the Sten and hopefully get to use both those guns in the shooting range.
How's the volume now, guys?
So, there it is. This is officially based on the Sten Mark 1, which is another prototype.
What's going on with that stock?
When we do redesign weapons,
yeah, I don't know.
So we're gonna have that.
It looks like they got rid of the
style. Always approached. I do love the wooden stock in this, particularly. Just gives it
a wooden stock. Wait, does the Sten have a stock right now?
Let's get the mag on that.
Having the wood on the MP40 you guys did EA release, I was super excited about, because in the betas it was metal.
Won't that drum mag fill up your screen a bit though when using it?
Wood metal combo, it's very
diesel. I wonder how the reload animation is going to be for that.
And that's the suppressor there.
I like that they added the leather thing on the suppressor.
22 damage now. It's been shuffling and bouncing
there. That is nice though. I'm not gonna lie, that is nice.
It's a pretty gun.
I think it would be our highest one.
That thing looks sick.
So it looks like the stock is going to be an attachment. The drum mag's going to be an attachment.
Get into the shooting range for you. Hopefully can shoot some of these. I've turned the audio off just because sharing a stream is a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I got you.
But forgive my silent shooting. So let's get in here. Okay.
With the attachment,
yo, they have a shooting range. So why don't we get the shooing range?
Yo, we need a shooting range, man.
In game, they have one already built. Why don't we get this?
A lot easier to acquire targets. And
that's awesome.
Spray is a lot simpler.
Wait, what about the AIs pulling a 180 super quick?
Easy. And then we'll drop that. I'll go for the battle rifle.
Oh yeah.
That's the EM2.
You can see there. It's just if people are curious over its size of its item data, we're looking like around about this scale. So it's quite a long weapon.
Yeah, that's a big weapon.
It should fit in your commando backpack. This.
It is.
Holy shit! It's automatic.
It has a very interesting iron sight as well. Very brutalist.
Some good recoil.
So there you go.
Yeah. That's a gorgeous rifle.
That's awesome. I'm super excited about it.
It's going to be meta.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a bit of a meta shift that one. Cool.
Thank you, Toadster.
So moving on. Kieran's going to talk about our community and Discord actions and other things.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. Like since early access launch, like the Discord just absolutely exploded. And one of the best things that we've had from that is the fact that we were able to kind of receive your feedback and suggestions in the Discord and help us balance different aspects of the game. So all of the things that Cameron was talking about, getting new airlocks, kind of changing up the dynamic of the like spawn fights and where the fights are going to happen in different maps. It's all thanks to you and thanks to the Discord team or the Discord kind of members. So if you're not in it, you should definitely join it if that plug is okay.
Oh yeah.
But
Why don't you guys put that up in the chat? I'll repost. It'll time me out, but I'll repost it real fast.
Excellent. So
I've been timed out too many times in your chat. I'm not doing it.
Somebody put the Discord link in chat.
It's cool that they're increasing the merchant and capital
first
ship
off,
spawn rates.
Some of the other changes that are coming up, we're going to see an increase in merchant ship and capital ship spawn rates. We heard you guys talking about it quite a lot in Discord.
So mean more loot.
The spawn rate chance has now been changed. Paired with that, we're also changing how the map cycling works. So that'll kind of help adjust for kind of raid repetition, and it'll also then hopefully affect how often you're going to start seeing those merchant and capital ships. Loot distribution has also changed, which should help make all of the maps feel a little bit more appealing. Like Cameron was mentioning, the EM2, the new battle rifle, is going to be available off of the SAS Commander inside the Navy outpost, so you might want to kind of go there.
Oh, that's a rare gun.
Instead of just kind of instantly.
Oh wait, no, inside the
a quest prime for
naval
it,
outpost.
you might
Okay,
wanna stick around and see if you can grab that.
That's awesome.
Sweet loot. There's also a new location inside of the Navy outpost.
Thank God. Yes.
And that's something that will kind of be changed as we go on, as far as I believe, like more locations, map updates, and so on, to make sure that everywhere stays.
What do you guys think?
In terms of our
They do.
weapons and
Why does
stats,
it disappear like that? So weird.
We love seeing everyone playing with like lots of different kits. There hasn't been a real hard meta of anyone picking up any specific gun or not playing a raid unless they're carrying a specific.
I think
gun.
that they're making great
so that's been
changes.
really fun seeing everyone.
Well,
play
Rod,
with what they
baby.
like. And we're always trying to, we love seeing.
I
that, so
mean,
we're always
realistically,
trying to
you run the
encourage it. We're never
pickaxe,
gonna
though.
let any kind of one weapon
True.
become the best or the one thing that you have to pick up.
Give
or
us
else
more
you're at a
knives.
disadvantage. We'll always try and encourage as kind of clean across the board as possible.
They should give us a candy cane knife.
Lastly, some changes have been made to some mission requirements. We've
Hell yeah.
added some daily contracts
Christmas
to the
event.
Colony and
A turkey.
Navy Outpost
Hit people with the turkey.
to try and help bring them more into the loop. Also to kind of help with that idea of making more of the locations.
Okay,
more
so the new maps have some new daily contracts now.
Also
Sweet.
adjusted some of the mission requirements. Yes, I missed this part. Some of the more hard ones, like the ones that were kind of a little bit more difficult, kind of took longer. They've been made a little bit more forgiving, so that more people
Got that
are
right,
able to kind
Mink.
of get through that.
Oh, dude, throwable knives that would not be
Before
good for me.
Move on real quick. I gotta thank.
Throwable knives that one-shot
you guys are
headshot.
helping out that Navy outpost. I love that map, but there's no loot. The loot.
Right.
So no, having like the battle rifle on the leaders, a new location, whatever that is, I'm very thrilled because I like the map and I love fighting the SAS guys. But yeah, there needs to be some incentive there.
I mean,
so
that
I'm
one they're
super
all,
happy
like,
about that. I bitch about that a lot.
Grouped
as well
up
as-
together though. There are like 6 of them all in like a circle.
You were talking about trying to reorganize the capital ship and the merchant ship or whatever it is. Are they going to be common? Are they still going to be decently rare?
As far as I'm aware, they're going to be decently rare. I think Cameron might have a better idea.
Yeah, so the end goal, when the game's kind of in a more final state, is that there's always a secondary raid available that is either breachable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the merchant ship is definitely more common, and you will guarantee that a lot more because it's required in the progress. But the capital ship, I think, should be fairly rare.
Okay, I like that.
Because that would absolutely butcher the economy of the game if that became too common. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. I think and there's an Easter egg in this image. I don't know if people noticed that there's a change there, but moving on.
Was that a depot location?
Yeah, that might have been.
Take over,
We're gonna go back to that.
this part of the slide.
Taking over. How's it going? So it wouldn't be a health patch if we didn't have some quality of life stuff. And there were 2 things that we heard loads and loads of times that we got in now. So that's toggle lean is in, and an FOV slider. There are
Ooh,
two new
toggle
settings
lean,
in
hell
the
yeah.
settings menu. And
Interesting.
on top of
FOV,
that,
guys.
we've done a bunch of optimizations
Do you
to
do
kind of
you
make the
use
levels
toggling?
run faster.
Because I've always used just like
I'm gonna
hold
be looking
tooling.
into other
I
settings in the
usually
future,
use
but yeah, those
hold,
two
but
were widely requested,
I'm
so we got them in.
more like I lean more to the
And
right,
then I
and
think
it's hard for
so we
me
thought it
for
was-
some
we
reason
thought
to
it was
lean to the
important
left
kind
and
of
move.
address the kind of
That's fair.
cheating stuff that's been happening.
But
we've
FOV,
been-
that's
we've been working
big.
away constantly
You know why it is?
against,
You know why it's
pounding
harder? It's
people
because
away
it's
just
harder
every
to
day.
push
And I just
Q,
want to say thank you for all the reports
and
and the footage that people have been sending
it's the
in.
way our
It's
hands are
really
designed.
appreciated, and it's really helpful.
Yeah, yeah,
We
that,
can't
that
really
is right.
say much
You can't
more
push
about
Q and
our
A very
techniques for
easily.
finding people for
Nope,
obvious reasons,
you
but
can't
we
bring that
are-
pinky
we
all the
are
way
on
up.
it and
Pinky's too,
finding more-
pinky's too short.
more and more ways
Yeah.
to kind of ban people and find people.
They've done a good
It's
job with the
obviously,
anti-cheat
making
so
a
far.
competitive
I
game,
haven't run
we
into
knew this was
maybe
gonna be a sort of
like
thing
one
we're gonna have
hacker
to deal
total.
with, and it's definitely going to be an ongoing battle.
Oh, the other day was a little
But we
sus
have-
though.
yeah, no
Yeah,
intention
yeah,
of
that may have been the
pressure.
one.
We're
But
gonna
other
keep
than
on
that,
keeping
nothing.
Yeah.
I've just been
hitting
bad when I
people.
die.
The
Yeah.
one thing we kind of want to
Same.
say to everybody is that if you know of an exploit, don't abuse it. Let us know
Yes,
so we can get it
it's like
fixed.
duping, guys. Don't be duping.
Like if you're abusing it, there's a good chance you're going to
True.
get flagged and banned. And we don't enjoy banning people, especially we see a lot of people have played a lot of hours, and it's kind of not. We don't want to punish people. But yeah, that's it. That's a little bit on cheating and how we are dealing with it.
Oh, what do we have?
Okay.
That's a
Optics,
scope.
It's a real optic.
Right. This may seem kind of obvious what I'm going to talk about now. Scopes. So let's talk about it. Every dev blog, we're going to try and address the an experiment. Experiment with a new feature, something that's either requested
Right,
heavily
Mike.
by the community or something we're just really curious of trying. And scopes is probably going to be one of the first ones we're going to try and attempt. And we're not guaranteeing whether this will make it into the game as a full feature or not. But what I can say is that we love the idea of bringing the rifles into the meta a little bit more, like the M1 Power, the SVT-40, the Johnson rifle. So they have a scope kind of mechanic or attachment, I should say,
Ooh.
available to them. So I've got one here I can use.
Let's see.
Because we love the semi-auto rifles in the game. And yeah, sure, we're a relatively close quarter combat game, but we feel it'd be a shame
Have a
not
scope?
to
Scope
try
on the
this kind of thing.
SVT.
No
So,
way.
yeah,
Nice,
so we have
dude.
fully working, fully deadly.
Who's excited for that? W in chat.
Early stages, we're quite happy with it.
I'm gonna be using that a lot, guys.
We love the idea.
Terraformer?
Of tight angles
Sniping?
and, catch
Let's
You
people
can
go.
snipe from the vault. Like
that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
we hope
That's awesome.
people enjoy that type of experimentation, and that's something we'll regularly do in the show, demonstrate
Nice.
in the dev blog. And for hopefully this one will pass our tests and make it into the actual
Okay.
game itself. But don't worry, Iron Sights primarily are here to stay, and that's something we're very passionate about in the game. Cool. Decky, please hit us with some questions.
I'm super happy about Iron Sights. Is like that being the primary thing is something I love about the game. But I do think there is room to have some some basic sights in like specific things like that. But is that is not confirmed for November?
Okay.
No, that's not. That's
Okay.
just
It's experimental. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
No,
not
that's it.
confirmed.
You're
then we'll get back to it. Just don't have to deal with ads for y'all.
Missing some major loot. And the barracks.
You're both right. Let's say that. Let's say you're both right. So
I know there's a lot of like big crates over in like the spider tanks and stuff, but I basically only loot like documents cases. That's my thing. So I guess I'm kind of spoiled.
So the majority of the loot distribution is within the dead commandos and the crates that are like kind of hidden around the map. So yeah, sure that the map has a unique style of loot distribution, but it does have weak points in terms of it doesn't have a depot, which is now introduced. doesn't have industrial bins, which are going to be introduced also.
Yes,
Near the locked containers. So yeah, you're both right.
Okay, okay.
I wonder if they're ever gonna add
My
like
style.
locked rooms like in Tarkov,
Just a little bit too casual, Decky. Just a little
like
bit
with a
too-
key card.
That's what's going on there.
I always feel like I'm missing something, but I never do loot the big containers. That is true. I skip those. Okay, but yeah.
I feel like key cards would be a cool addition. Maybe like one-time use key cards.
Keep an eye out
Just
for
since you don't have
whatever
a
answer to, and if I see something, I'll say it.
like in this game, you don't have a secure
did
container,
see
so
one
keys would have to
question,
be like a
actually,
specific
was
way of
actually
using
earlier
them.
on in
Yeah.
the stream, and I
So-
heard the discussion over it. In terms of 762 not really being a
That's my bad. I
super
needed to
viable
change that
option,
back.
like people seem to just want to stick to lower calibers because it's not worth
I'm
the
gonna turn it
risk.
up a little bit for y'all.
This is something we're aware of, and there will be an ongoing balance that's happening. So high-powered weapons are more deadly, and we're going to try and do it in a clever way where helmets
don't
are
know.
just more effective to lower caliber bullets. So you have to kind of resort to higher power weapons to get through
Okay.
the highest tier highest tier armor.
So you just
again,
gotta shoot 'em right in
I'm
the
not
nose with
talking
the well
like,
rod.
The TTK will remain the same. I'm talking like a couple extra bullets. I
Okay,
really
okay.
like. Personally, I love where it is at. Like
I really
you know,
like the
people can just pick up a
the time to
shrine
kill in this game.
and give
They did
someone
a great
right
job with
fright
it
in
for
the game.
sure.
That's not what I'm referring to. Just like
But
we're talking
sometimes
half a
dealing with
second
squads can be a
extension
little
to
bit
TTK
hard,
if
but it's a lot better than like
you've
the
got
Cycle
the
Frontier, where it's
worst weapon
freaking
in the game.
impossible to kill an entire squad.
Cool.
But I like the changes they have so far.
I don't know if anybody mentioned it here. Can you guys give us a description of how armor works? Like, does the welding mask actually cover your face, and when the other helmets don't
I know
cover
how
your
it
face,
works.
or is like the helmet basically just your entire head?
Helmets cover the entire head.
Armor rating.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's the whole head hitbox. It's
That's
not
what I had speculated, but I was always like, I have no idea. So yeah, the welding helmet doesn't actually give more face protection than the regular M1 helmet or something.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So technically, when you
there's
shoot with
that,
the
and then
well
I also
rod,
saw a lot of people asking
you're
about
hitting the
VoIP.
helmet.
I know I talked to you guys about this, but yeah.
Yeah, there's something we want to try first.
Yep, there's a confirmation that hitboxes are the full thing. The helmet, the actual like
so I know that's very frustrating
design
'cause
has
it's not a
nothing to
yes
do.
or
We've
no,
done that for a while now,
but,
though.
you'll know soon enough what we're going to try, and then we want to have it oriented
Sure.
around certain mechanics and do something a little bit exciting. And yeah, it's highly requested. It's just I hope people are willing to let us try something different before we fully give in, maybe. But yeah, that's our political answer on that one.
So this is cool. We're getting a couple
They
new
just said they're
weapons.
putting the FOV slider in. They said that.
FOV slider,
Another
scopes.
one that I saw people talking about is
Surprised
space
they
combat
didn't-
and pods.
Surprised they didn't talk
Something
about the
I'm very
Weebly,
passionate about, too. I'm
'cause
more
they
excited for
talked
space
about that
combat, also like getting kills for
revolver
space
in this
combat,
Steam thing.
being able to loot
but-
pods or any variations of any of that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
I got some great news for you, Decky. So this patch, health patch, you should be able to register kills killing a pod. It will register as a marauder kill.
That's big news
We
too.
are
That's good
doing
news.
experimentation
Yeah, that is good news.
to what looting a pod might look like. It's just we're a little bit kind of
I'm gonna go back through
wanna
this and
try
make a
few different
list.
things, see how cool we
The
can
Maybe you could have a
changes.
thing that just comes out
Um,
your ship and just
but yeah,
fucking
it's
sucks
on
the pod
radar,
in.
very strongly on the
Yeah.
radar.
And then you could just
and
loot
we're
it inside
hoping,
your ship.
Very soon all those things would be addressed.
That's pod kills, which is great. What about like bombarding ship kills?
Yes, that's also I don't think it would be in the health patch. We'll see how that goes, but that is also on the list.
Okay, awesome. And then another one I saw a lot of people talking about was sound, the vertical audio, which I also talked to you guys about.
Yeah, I'll let James do this one.
Yep. So it is something we are constantly working on. We're using Steam Audio for our verticality, for our spatialization kind of stuff. We need to do some tests, but we're looking at sort of including occlusion, better occlusion for sound, so that would help with the sort of telling where people are a little bit more. But it's similar to the cheating. It's like an ongoing kind of process where you might be able to tell, but we've been sort of increasing the quality of sounds across the board and adding more sounds in. So it's kind of a multi.
Vertical audio is not easy to do.
The sound design side of things.
Okay, that's fair. Come on, James. I need more detail than that. I needed to hear it's going to be fixed next week.
You want juicy secrets? Yes, it will be fixed over a long period of time.
Okay.
I feel like the vertical audio is
As
not
long as they
awful.
work on
I
it.
also saw someone mentioning
It's
in
not like the
in the
worst.
chat at one point. Someone said, "I hope they show the Webley."
Oh yeah.
We have pictures of the Webley in the final version of the dev blog, and it will be coming in the same update.
Perfect.
Yo, the
That's
Webley's coming.
That's the revolver.
That's awesome.
Yeah, revolver pistol. For anybody not familiar.
There's additional detail I can talk about actually. Is that so? Is a 32 ACP revolver? So you know the loot pool for
We're
the
definitely
ammo
gonna
is
have to do
very
some
available.
meme
We
streams
don't
with
want
the
it to fall
Webley
into the
pistol.
problems that most revolvers do in games.
Be
where
a space
they just don't
pirate.
get used.
Run around with the machete and the pistol.
So, you know, we'll be looking into having it very easily available through shops and
Nice.
you know, default
Easily
enemies.
available. That's
So
what you
we're
want to
hoping
hear.
it actually penetrates the meta quite well. Our
Great.
intention is to make the gun good, not a novelty.
Hey, that makes runs with it easier too.
Okay,
Won't be hard to get.
I saw somebody talking about
I just
damage
want to get
reports on
one-tapped by
in-screen, some
AI
more
with a
details.
freaking
Like, you guys
revolver.
did start putting in, like, who kills you
I hope they
guys,
add like a good
are we
animation
gonna
for the
get
like reloading and stuff.
Yeah,
any
that'd
other
be
more
sick.
details on, like,
Putting
post-race
the rounds in.
Definitely, yeah.
Spinning it
So
or something?
Not
Oh,
in the
yeah.
short term, but in the long
Oh, that'd be
term,
so.
we
Imagine if it
definitely
like
wanna get
spin
that
it
in,
around
you
your
know,
finger.
I think, damage
That'd be
done,
cool. So it's a wild, wild
accuracy,
west.
stuff like that. Stuff that makes you be able to tell how you did a little bit better. That's something we're keen on. Definitely keen on.
Okay, cool. Let me see what else they got. A lot of people asking for like specifics about like foldable rigs and so on. Is there any plan to change like how you put backpacks or rigs inside of backpacks? Because you can't put like a pouched rig inside of a backpack currently.
Yeah, so that's kind of like slightly a bug. We were having a bunch of problems with being able to put rigs into other stuff, so we stopped it being able to happen. Longer term will be more like bags, where ideally you can fold a rig if it's got nothing in, and then you can stick it in, then you can carry more stuff. But no bags and bags and bags.
It is unfortunate that we can't stack bags.
Cool.
It makes
Yeah,
it hard to
being able to fold it, like, I
carry
love
the
that that's
most
the way you fold the bags. It stays
barrel
the same
bags ever,
size,
but
you
that's
take it
okay.
out,
That's
you can,
fair.
yeah, store a bunch of stuff.
Just makes our life a little bit harder.
I saw one and I already blanked out on what it said.
I like the question somebody in chat asked, when can they buy Marauders merch? And they want hats, t-shirts, condoms, and a Major Rosie. So I'm a bit concerned condoms and Major Rosie are next to each other in that. But
I want a mask.
keep your eyes peeled for merch. Maybe not condoms and Major Rosie. Although Team 17 did do condoms back in the day as merch for a Worms game. But
No way.
Of course.
But yeah,
I can't believe they
the
did that. Oh my
merch
gosh.
store is in the works, and we're just trying to get it good and make sure the stuff is good as well, because can't have the fans having crap merch.
I was just showing off everything I got from TwitchCon, and I was very, very pleased about it. But Met actually had a really keen observation. What the hell's going on with the prisoner AI with the sawed-off shotgun?
Gun guy.
Yeah. There's a.
What are you talking about? Fired.
What the fuck you mean? What are we talking about?
The
So
soft shotgun
true.
AI basically can fire more than they can carry, and more that's in the gun. You know, they only have 2 shots sort of. So there's a bit of a bug where they kind of ignore the fact they have to reload,
Yeah.
which makes them a little bit more cracked than they should be. But as soon as that bug's solved, they should be a little bit more easy to manage. But I do love the jump scares they give. So
It is a jump scare. It's terrifying. I fear those guys more than the biggest chads in
Dude,
the
they're
game.
more scary than the players
Yeah,
for sure.
Marauders is actually just a horror game set in space. Like it is. We're just jumping on the train
know,
of
it's busy.
horror games coming out now. We want that
I
jump
know.
scare, but it's not a bug; it's a feature. That's the way to look at it.
Disconnect
I
and
have personal
reconnect.
feelings about AI like that in video games. There's a couple of games that I've played where there's been an AI that's absolutely cracked out of his mind or has a ridiculously large health pool and stuff like that. And my personal opinion is that they should always stay in the game, because they're like a one out of whatever chance of actually running into them. First of all, you've got how long does it take for you to get that map, and then also like, do you always run into them every time?
Yeah.
In my opinion, they're always kind of fun to run into. Even if you died it, you're kind of like, oh, okay, fun, whatever.
yeah, they're here to stay.
Okay. Somebody was saying something about 1v1 lobbies. I don't want to see 1v1 lobbies.
No, the intention's not to change. We're always going to have...
or not 1v1, but yeah, solo-only lobbies, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, they-
matchmaking will always be random.
Chad had a good question about whether there will be like a hideout one day
Whether
like
we have
Tarkov.
to massage
Firing
things to
range would be
ensure it's
nice.
like, you know,
They really should add a shooting range.
stop maybe the chance of a single solo versus four.
Yeah, they should.
Teams
They
of
should,
four.
but they should also
That's a
have
different discussion, and we might
they
look
should
into
have a
that, but
solo-only
yeah,
mode
We're gonna have like
along with their normal mode they have right now.
rules, for team size at the moment.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be able to like get out loot
Okay.
with the solo only mode.
I keep seeing that. I remembered one. Yeah. What about a spectator cam of your friends when you die? Not free roam or anything, but just like another first-person view of their view.
James can answer that one.
You're fast there. I think we're kind of going to stay away from that. I know like HUD does that kind of thing, but it kind of leans into just the hardcoreness a little bit more. And I think it
Get that
obviously
confirmation
leads to sort of cheats and exploits and stuff. So yeah, for now, leaving it out.
Oh, now they're saying, what about revived teammates?
I'll pass that to Cameron.
I feel like that would make squads way
Same
too
answer
strong.
again.
Yeah.
Unless we can think of a really cool mechanic.
Squads
for
are
it,
already
it's
strong.
not
You
like
sniped, I'm
kind
gonna
of
ask.
a semi-generic I hold to pick you up. We're not going to tackle that, so it's a no for now.
I think that's decent. I mean, the matches are short enough. Yeah, you shouldn't need to bring your boys back.
I will say.
Oh, it
we-
just
we
makes
prototype
squads
a
way
lot
too
of
strong.
stuff, So, all these things were kind of we do prototype and play around with to see how they work.
I mean, I wanna-
So, any ideas?
I don't
we
really
kind
care
of
for
get,
the
things
reviving
that
part.
the community raise, they're really cool. We do test out.
Would not want
just
revives.
to see if it will fit in the game and will be cool.
It's also quite nice sometimes when you have somebody who you've gone in as a duo, one of you's died quite early on, it then makes you play differently in that raid. That you then maybe try and grab a couple of more items and then get out quite quickly, or you're not as cautious, you're running around a little bit more because you're just rushing. So it's quite nice to see the change up in playstyle as well. So it's
I agree with that.
it's a tricky one.
I do have like a personal reason why I'm siding on our thinking on it, is that it does devastate solo play quite a bit. I'm a solo Tarkov player a lot of the time.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
what I was saying.
I can't imagine having to if I drop one person in a squad,
Seriously.
they can just cycle around and res them again and have to do it again over and over again. That's a bit of a wakes me up at night thinking that being a possibility. So that's my personal reasons. But if the community have a solid argument, I will definitely listen.
Okay, these guys are really. Hold on, I wrote this one down. They're really spamming this one question. But are grenades coming back in November, or was that a test and you guys are like, nah, never mind?
Grenades are coming back, possibly not November.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I didn't notice a huge problem with the grenades in the beta. Why did you take them out?
Your honest truth, there was a crazy exploit. You could throw 1,000 of them. Outside that, we want to polish it up a little bit so the throw arc's a bit better, and we actually did make some headway so that it explodes correctly every time. There's a few you get dud grenades, there's a 10% chance it just wouldn't go off. So it's just like polish here or there. Just need time to get it to a better kind of quality.
Okay, and then a lot of people are talking about disappearing items. People have been I've noticed a major change or not a major change, but there's a major a wide area of my game runs basically perfectly. I've had no issues, unlike that one beta that I had nonstop issues. But then I talk to other people and they constantly are like having containers disappear, ships with nukes disappear, and they're getting messed with a lot of different things. It's been great for me, but it seems very game-to-game basis on what problems people are running into. So yeah, a lot of people are talking about disappearing containers.
Yeah, so obviously we thank everyone for mentioning this stuff to us in Discord. That's how we've been tracking this stuff. We're kind of still trying to boil it down, and we're hoping to get it addressed in some fashion for this health patch.
Yes, geez, I'm going to ask.
It does definitely seem to be region and the kit you're running type of problem. Because I'm even when Deck was having their crazy bad issues, I wouldn't have any of those. So it's really becomes very hard development side to actually track the issues down. So that's a great thing about joining the Discord. If you do have these problems, you let us know, and then we can like pull you in
Discord.
and kind of reproduce some of these issues and boil it down. But yeah, sorry that's happening. It does suck, and we are working on it. It's just yeah, there's a lot of people playing. So we'll figure it out.
So it looks like 4 attachments
Awesome.
for that.
And then here's the question. Yeah, a lot of guys have been spamming. I don't even know what it means. Are they going to add an option to turn off FPS limit and enable bring our CM 360, whatever, I don't know what that is, from other games?
What was that? CM what?
Oh, yeah, asking about reconnecting is a good idea.
I understand that. And be able to bring our CM/360 from other games.
All right, okay. The FPS limit, we increased it because we managed to optimize and it wouldn't set your RTX on fire. Until we get it some other optimizations and holes plugged, we'll think about increasing the optimization, increasing the frame rate even further.
Sweet.
But it will remain an option. I don't know if it's just I'm a bit scared of setting the unlimited button. That's the only thing I'm worried about, because we could easily have that scenario where if the drivers aren't set up properly, you'll have it's happened in other big AAA games where the unlimited thing will basically set your computer on fire.
Melt your video card like New World, yeah.
Yeah, Rhino.
I'm not saying which game.
Crack shotgun AI, bro.
But there's a few that's happened.
They just keep shooting rounds, no reload.
So for now, there's
You know, my GPU actually melted from New World.
in the future.
Did it really?
Yep.
And do you have any idea what
No
the
way,
CM360
bro.
is?
I had to get
a
it.
problem with New World for some reason.
I had to get it replaced.
I thought maybe you would.
That's
I thought
fucking
it was maybe
ridiculous,
some
man.
dev
That
talk.
sucks.
Yeah, it like melted and then it wouldn't run.
I'm jealous, whatever.
My computer just didn't
Did
work.
you have to pay for it too?
No, I have a warranty. Because it's a laptop, I got lucky.
Because like you have categories in those.
Ah, you're lucky.
Yeah.
I can see it frying a laptop though.
About like ship customization, because in the hangar in the game.
I've actually managed to fry this laptop twice now.
So yeah, I don't know what I can tell you here. So we're going to do more passes on the ship stuff and the customization, the ship
But yeah,
building. It's going
it was pretty bad.
Stuff we're going to address over the kind of early access period. Yeah, I can't really tell you stuff at the moment. But
I hope
it's
they
gonna be
ask
exciting.
about
It's gonna
reconnecting.
be
I'd like to know
Keep
too.
your eyes peeled. There's going to
Yeah,
be lots coming on that. There you go, James. I'll help you out, mate.
Yeah, it'll happen. It's just
Yeah. I mean, we like 20, 25, 30% of the game is the space stuff, so it's definitely going to have big improvements over the next
Okay.
yearish.
So at least we know they're going to be working on a lot of
Ideas
stuff.
on how to incentivize more space combat.
I have some. Oh god, more features I can't talk about. Yeah, there's again Adam's answer. There is things can't talk about right now. Watch this space.
Okay. Okay.
The pod thing, we know the pod thing will help address some stuff immediately. Because I know a lot of people aren't shooting at pods because they'd rather than board them and then
Yeah,
kill
Joker.
Yeah.
It's
So obviously that will definitely
Once they
happen
fix-
every time I
how
play
you handle those
prison.
pods when we do address that, that'll
80% of the
boost
time.
to space combat.
Once they fix the
especially
pods,
if it
we'll be able
puts
to
you in
fight a lot
proper
more.
Position and loads of interesting tactics that can happen out of that. But yeah, so another watch this space answer. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, what the guys have already sort of confirmed with the experience for pod kills, and then us looking at how you can do looting in space, we think will drive a lot more of it. But we're not like thinking one solution fixes everything. We're going to sit back and be like, yeah, cool, we fixed it. It's always going to be an iterative process. And like the guys say, they're going to be doing some testing and then we'll roll it out. And that's the joy of early access. We can try things and keep on tweaking it with you.
It's awesome that they're having so many changes though.
Exactly. I mean, the one thing we have previously talked about publicly is that we'll be tweaking rewards to encourage things. So off the top of my head, we've not implemented it, but it was publicly listed as that extracting with a ship gives you bonus XP, and not doing it, you basically don't get that bonus.
Me too, Mink.
Things like that.
That's pretty cool.
Encouraging flying in and out properly.
Bonus, actually having to go to your airlock and escape with your ship.
That means, Chief.
So yeah, lots
If you
of
get
little
breached by a
things
lot
like
of
that.
dudes, you get
Times
breached.
100 will eventually make this space part of the game stronger.
Yeah, like I mean, even the fact that a lot of people don't go for rust buckets really, so we want to push that kind of stuff in the future to get people kind of going to the variety of ships that we have.
Okay. What about the spawn points for when you breach into the capital ship and the merchant ship? A lot of camping going on with those.
Yeah. So yeah, as you know, we doubled them, capital ship and the merchant ship spawn points.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
That was since the beta.
Oh, okay.
But I think there's just yeah, we need to make sure it's randomizing correctly, I guess, because
Yeah, I'll be right back.
the same point is getting used probably a bit too much. So we'll look into that. Might be a bit of a bug.
Okay.
There's 7 points for the capital ship and there's 7 points for the merchant ship.
Oh, that is decent. Then yeah, okay.
That is true, Joker. They need to fix that.
Breach and
happens so
DCS,
often.
I'm seeing an awful lot of spam in Dekie's channel about competitions and tournaments. Careful of the spam. I'm pretty sure Dekie's mods don't appreciate that. But your question about are there any plans to run competitions or tournaments in the for the top competitive players in the game?
That'd be sick.
Bring in eyes for the competitive gamers out there. That's not something that we have like put aside. Sure, it's something that we could eventually run, but it's not on our radar. I don't believe to like primarily focus on anytime soon. Will there be community events? Yes. I'll be
Nice.
planning an awful lot of
Community
community events over
events.
the coming weeks and months that you can everyone can participate in.
The thing is,
That's actually-
Joker
that's-
Cloud.
I like hearing that.
It's like
This
Getting
is less
rushed
of a question. Well, somebody did
sucks,
ask about
especially
it.
if they're coming
Way
at you
to
with freaking
extend
all double
oxygen
barrels. I
timer.
had like freaking 3 AIs with double barrels
Has there
before
been
coming
talk
at me.
about adding like CO2
Didn't
containers
fucking
that you
make
can
it out of
bring
the
to
gym.
raid? I mean, I don't think you need a lot more time in a raid in most cases. You're pretty much finished in the 30 minutes. But yeah, is that something that
Yep.
might happen?
You can't. They need to fix that.
We've discussed removing more timer.
Okay.
Having less time, your suit becoming disrupted. But again, it's just spitballing. Unfortunately, the raid timer is a pretty hard set thing. You know, the server kind of closes down. We're hijacking the
Yeah, I got you.
time of match for that. So it'd be quite a big task. I've always loved that idea, like bringing in a container and using it and killing others. But I was worried about will there be a point where people figured out a loop where you can stack yourself enough oxygen, you can spend like 3 hours in the astral mine just farming stuff. That's a bigger discussion. But yeah, the possibility of losing time over gaining time, losing time is more likely to happen. So you shouldn't have asked.
Losing time, that sounds awesome. I mean, I feel like it's rare that I ever hit the timer in general, so I don't think people need a lot more time. I don't know what they're looting and doing in there to need more time, but losing time could
They're
be very,
exploring,
very cool. I'm all
man,
in on that.
okay? We're explorers. Planet explorers.
People are talking about game lore, and I've ever since you guys told me about the whole like SAS thing on the Navy shipyard, I've talked about that so many times on stream about how it's it's actually a German post, and then the SAS guys raid it, and then
All right, I'm
the
back, y'all.
partying it.
Let's do it.
Is there any updates on?
How's it going?
Yeah, so
I like all the updates. I'm gonna make a video over this as soon as they finish this stream. I'm gonna try to get. I don't know if.
yeah, there's a lot of
scrap
ways we're
stuff.
gonna introduce a bit more of it. For instance, the new
Do you think
definitions
that
are
like we're
coming
allowed
out
to
in
use
what you just said.
like the parts of the videos in this in the stream, like in one of our videos, like say the scope when they put it on the SVT? Do you think we're allowed to use that in a video that we make?
We should be able to. I'm gonna be clipping pictures of things and then making a video as well.
Yeah.
I'm recording it, so I'm just gonna go over it and narrate it myself. Go over basically all the hot things they're gonna be adding. For the
Yeah.
update.
I was probably just gonna like record specific parts, like when they show off the attachments.
Yeah, we're also looking
But-
at.
Yeah,
some
you shouldn't
fun
have a
ways of
problem. But
being able to show more lore with, like,
I mean, I figured they wouldn't copyright it, but
forcing
Yeah,
it down
I
your
don't
throat.
think it should be a
If you don't
big
care
problem.
about it, but if you want to go look for it, you'll find it. And
the only thing you gotta be
feedback
careful is the
via,
copyright stuff.
Yeah.
videos we're putting out on YouTube.
yeah, maybe I'll
being
just take
Team
pictures,
Esports
not
YouTube channel,
videos.
or
I don't know.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's what I'm
albeit
probably gonna do.
in Certain maybe story trailers that we're working on.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the time limit. I think that's good time limit.
I had them.
I saw someone mentioning about ship damage during like battles with like flak cannons and stuff like that. More specifically, it's all stuff I think we mentioned earlier that it's all being iterated on. It's all being looked at constantly. That it'll things like that can adjust.
Yeah, so
I know from personal experience that getting disabled and then shot up with a flat cannon before I can even get to my breach pod is for sure frustrating, but it's being watched.
Definitely not as bad as it was during.
I was going to say
Alpha.
We were like,
nobody
people,
got out.
Yeah, people will be nice and friendly. Oh no, they effed each other up real fast. like Cedra saying there, we are balancing stuff constantly. So and there's exciting stuff coming in the future that we can't talk about that will kind of tie into that. Just say that for everything, right?
Really cool meta shift that might be happening in that realm that we can't talk about. But yeah, watch the space.
And yeah, I remembered. What about reconnect feature? And then people are really somebody.
Yeah, reconnect's huge.
Spamming wipe question mark.
There we go.
What are the wipe plans on early access?
Okay, so what we've previously mentioned, and I'll try and stick to this, is that
I hope they answer the reconnect question though.
The game when the game is finished. When we hit 1.0, because of certain features we'll be adding, it'll be a bit cruel to just remove progress from people. But during early access, we're going to try and keep the wipes to major updates. They will be full wipes. We have seen some suggestions, in the Discord that, please don't wipe my prestige. Unfortunately, that anything can get affected because we might have to change how the prestige stuff works as well. So yeah, unfortunately, wipes will happen during early access. But the goal is we're not going to waste those wipes. The goal is to do meaningful changes.
Okay, so wipes will come, but we don't know when. And yeah, Jacob, I have no idea. They never discussed that. I don't think they do respond.
Okay, yeah, all right, that's what. Yeah, I knew you guys had talked about it. There's just a lot of questions about it.
My experience, they've never responded.
Yeah,
here we go.
So yeah.
There's your
oh boy.
That sucks.
Not currently viable, but it's something we'd like to try.
It's probably really hard to pull off just because they have to keep your body in raid and then like reconnect you into it, right?
Yeah. There's probably a lot of back end stuff. There's probably a lot of coding.
Sadly, there's not
Also, probably like can lead to a lot more exploits, right?
Adds reconnect to the game, and then off we go. It's a much more complicated thing.
It could.
Can be something we can look at and investigate, but sadly, it's not an easy fix.
Okay.
I'm aware of like the situation that people are saying it's tied to that, where people are all F4ing, and the characters disappearing, and that's something that we were doing fixes for that too.
All right, so if you disconnect as of right now, they don't know what they're going to be doing on that. So if you disconnect, you're not going to be able to reconnect. It sucks.
They're also asking about like a firing range. I know you showed us one, but is there plans to implement a firing range?
Oh, here you go, Nova.
No, it's mine.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Hopefully, we can hope, right?
Get a version of it working. It's just the way our database works and all that. In terms of like item transferring, it's another big system that is probably on the no side right now. But
no,
it's on a very deep at the bottom of the wish list, unfortunately. But I understand the intention people want. People just want to try the guns, and we'll have to figure out ways of making that easier for people. I'm on the side of personally, like, I love the jumping in, try and gun it, and see how it feels, but that's just from a development angle, and I appreciate that.
Someone should ask about.
Right now, no firing range.
Someone should ask like if they're gonna make jumping better, because jumping sucks right now.
But yeah, for now it's just mine.
Yeah, like
okay.
Like mantling.
I had just seen something on
Yep.
the left. Any plans for map select? They're asking.
No, raids will remain random, but again, this is kind of tied to what we previously said. Or right now, we're going to try stop too much raid repetition. So we're going to try and improve the cycling. Now, don't get me wrong. If we do an event or something, you have a really cool idea where
same here right now.
Like everyone just has to fight this one new area.
We're going to
for a week.
improve the cycling.
On the table. But the goal is to remain sandbox and procedural as possible on that front.
Okay, hold on a sec. You guys are asking like a bunch of questions have already been answered. The VoIP, capital ship, commandos. It's all been said.
I'm not having a reason for it. The reason is because as we add more raids,
just roasted his own chat.
Double the amount of raids during access. You're looking at 12. A map select of 12 raids. That divides the player base by 12. So that's the main reason we don't want to do that. I've been through that nightmare scenario in other games, so we're just trying to find a good way to allow players to stay together and fight and that kind of stuff.
All right, I like that. Somebody, and this is something I thought about. I just hit 50 today. I'm very excited. Is there any plans for additional prestiging perks?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, we only just got started on that, so yeah, we're gonna be adding more and more cool stuff. Yeah, so we're always gonna keep trying to entice you to prestige.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
it should tie in across the entire game when we're by 1.0.
Okay, super cool to hear. Female Marauders. You guys answered this on General Sam's video, which I'm sorry you guys had to endure through that. That was General Sam is a dangerous man to talk to.
Did you watch that video?
But yeah.
No, I didn't.
It's funny. It's also like
female voice lines
crazy.
Are on the table right now. We're figuring out the logistics. But yeah, the bodies are supposed to be androgynistic, so you obviously you can't see who the person is, so it's mainly just voice driven. Hope that makes sense. But yes, the Sam interview was interesting.
Girl voice.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Funny, really funny guy.
Fuck you.
He cut a part out of the video which I thought was quite a funny joke.
Peter
He
Dosha.
said like, "Oh, this is all a ploy. We spent 10
Follow
years
me.
making the game
Attack!
In hopes that we would make the right game, so Sam would be friends of ours.
Attack!
Like we set up the interview so
And when they die,
tell his viewers how to do the same. You too could be General Sam's friend if you make a game he plays once and tries to interview you.
Peter
He
Dosha.
tried stealing his wallet at TwitchCon.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Funny, really funny guy.
I voted for you, Decky, in the
fight. I appreciate that.
After seeing you for no prize win that tricycle fight, right? I was like, that man, if he had something to fight for, he'd definitely win.
Everyone a bit too hard on Aqua on that one, innit? I've seen the race. I know Aqua can outrun Decky, so the range I don't think matters.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Foot race. Yeah, exactly.
Can you guys talk to me about it? But I heard some people being like, upgrade.
I do wonder if they're gonna add
upgrade the AI. Can you guys go into some details on like how the AI
anyways
works?
of making so they can only breach once you dismantled a ship? That might be nice.
So we have Navy Outpost start with that. We have the squad AI, so the captain, and he has 2 to 3 cronies following him around. So if one hears you, the rest will kind of be on you. So that's why you normally see them in groups of 4. Then we have our rushers. I call them rushers. So the famous Liberator stacked guy can happen in any raid.
Bro, those are fuckers.
There's also, that rusher logic is also used for the prisoner, the double barrel. So people like to get run it nice and close and personal. And then an evolution of that is the melee AI, who do kind of similar tactics, but they stab you instead of shoot you.
Or they just run away from you the entire raid.
Which I'm personally a fan of. They try to keep their audio levels low, and they just hold corners. But
it is cool that they have different types of AI, though.
First shot, just to keep it fair. Then we have the Commando Major, who's a solo boss in the capital ship. He drops that Panzer rig. He has similar logic to a rusher, but he kind of closes his distance less. He likes medium range.
these Skittles are
Then
fire.
we have the super heavies, the MG42, who just open fire a lot regularly. I guess they just do suppression logic, stuff like that. And then we have our bog standard raiders who just try to copy player behavior. And we're a fan of people going, is that a player? Is that an AI initially? So that's gonna remain in the game. So that's and then we have a sniper style one who just likes to stay far away and use an SVT-40.
Well, fuck those guys.
Get one Terraformer. And
Bro, I've never like been one shot by those, but those are fucked. Those are fucked.
That's quite a few types.
Yeah, I need that scope.
Player behavior, because players do those things too, right? They rush, they snipe, they camp. So.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I knew I had asked about that because there's a lot of different types. And I think a lot of people just think it's all kind of just combined into one thing. And sometimes you get a cracked guy, sometimes you get a really dumb prisoner. So they don't. So I was wanting to cover that.
They're answering a lot of good questions.
Questline. I love that you guys added a lot of missions
Yeah,
from like in the beta that you had.
I have like a whole like page of notes now.
More campaign lines for different factions specifically? Is it always just going to be the one main
There we
one?
go.
Oh, I can answer half the question. That was a good idea there that might happen, but we'll have to wait and see. But the current one is going to double in size. I can confirm that.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Holy moly.
But in terms of faction stuff, yeah, that's another watch this space, and Adam will scold me saying anything else.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, the guys have said it bang on. It's something that we want to be growing that the entire time.
We actually have time for one more juicy question.
One more question.
One more question, boys.
Already been answered, chat.
That's the tricky bit.
I think there's quite
boy.
a few guys that came through the stream late, but you guys can watch the VOD. It'll.
You better not ask me that goddamn insurance question. I hate that question.
There's no insurance in space. So,
No insurance ever.
Who's going to insure a space pirate? You're a pirate. There's no underwriters in space.
That's a very good answer to it. I thought it was just like there's no real need to, and you're trying to go with the hardcore aspect of the game, but that's even better. Yeah, who's gonna insure a pirate?
Yeah, people keep on asking for more lore. There you go. More lore, baby.
There's your lore, boys. No insurance companies. Honestly, that sounds like a good place to live.
Cam, make it happen.
Sure. I could just draw over it and send it to his DM for whatever private activities going on.
Yeah, here's a decent question. Most of everything I'm seeing spammed has been answered or very specific to the individual. But what about what's the plans, thoughts on consoles crossplay?
That's Adam.
Sorry, I was my mic peaked because I laughed so hard. That's a spicy question. It's something that we want to look at. Obviously, when we originally announced the game, we were going to be coming to game preview for Game Pass on Windows 10.
The procedures will reset on web.
It's something we have had to obviously put on hold for now because we wanted to make sure we could launch into early access.
Sounds good, Core.
On Steam when we did. We wanted to make sure that we had the game in the state that we were happy with to go into early access as well. So we're going to be wanting to work on that Windows 10 version and to Windows 11 and go on to Game Pass. And then past that, we need to look at what's going to happen for 1.0 launch and beyond and have a look and see if there is a demand for it. If we think that there's we've got the ability to, because as everyone knows, Small Impact are a very small team. That would be something that then Team 17 takes on, and that we then look at doing the console version of. With crossplay, I'm of the proponent or of the logic that with a hardcore shooter game like this, it shouldn't be console v PC on the same server.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, personal opinion.
I agree.
Me too.
Versus PC keyboard is something that is deadly in our game difference. So
yeah,
that's a personal opinion of mine. And I
PC Master Race.
It's very much echoed amongst obviously the team on our side as well. We're very much aligned on that. So if consoles happen, they will not be playing with Steam PC players. Basically, so that's a nice, easy rule we can line under. The stuff we can be a bit wishy-washy on. There's a hard and fast line that you don't have to worry about.
Awesome, great answer.
Despite me laughing at being thrown under the bus by Matt there straight away.
I have just one more comment as well, just to kind of push the Marauders Discord one more time.
Yes.
One of the moderators from our team has taken a bunch of notes of the questions that have been asked and answered, and they'll be in
There's the link.
The Discord to view for anyone who wants to go in and see them afterwards. If you missed anything, or if you want to read through any of it instead of watching,
beautiful.
It's it'll all be in
We
there.
can just use that as our template.
Yeah.
That wraps us up. This is all part of the dev blog, so we're looking to post this as soon as possible. Hopefully, in the next couple of hours. So you can.
I have it ready to go.
It does. I just want to say, on behalf of Small Big Games, thanks for everyone for playing. It's amazing. We just wanted to make a game that became people's like summer favorite. You know, when we were younger and we played games, you know, we just couldn't stop playing Half-Life 2 after school and that kind of stuff. And all the way up to my current age now, 35. I'm getting addicted to games and getting into them. So I love seeing this kind of feedback and making that impression on people. And yeah, thanks for Sterdekie for hosting us. This has been really cool. Something we wanted to try out rather than doing something too corporate. But yeah, thanks for having us, Sterdekie.
No, absolutely. Like, I was super happy when you guys reached out about that. That was awesome. I love having anything to do with you guys that I can. So no, I really appreciate that. I think we did cover most of the questions. If anybody missed stuff, 90% of those questions are already answered that you guys are talking about. Maybe we missed a few specific ones, but it should most of that be covered. But no, thank you guys so much for doing that. And you guys plan to try and do this kind of thing, a dev blog that is at least hopefully once a month kind of thing, maybe?
Yeah, it might not always hold the same kind of format in terms of like always just being everything about what's coming in the patch. The idea might be that we'll talk about something that's like planned for way into the future, or maybe a community spotlight.
AR3, they're gonna be they went over some audio stuff.
We can kind of communicate more.
They're gonna be working on some of the vertical audio and all the audio stuff over the time frame of early access.
So there'll be a difference like between
when the game starts, when the game comes out. So they're going to be working on it, but as of right now, there's no guarantee on what's going to be changed in the next update.
The dev blog is
for
just
audio
a communication line for us to let you guys know what we're working on.
Yeah, exactly. And we love this format, so we're always going to try and involve the streamer and the community and premiere it in some way. How we do that might change, but we always want to involve the streamers. That will hopefully remain the same.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for coming on, answering the questions, giving us a little bit of insight. Anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Great.
Nice.
Looking forward to it.
Just a big thank you for everybody and to chat as well.
Yeah, thanks for hosting us.
Yeah,
thanks.
absolutely. You guys have a good one. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Incredible
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Great t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Hi, y'all. That was the first dev blog. I'm going to make a quick TLDR video. And, yep. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time. Hopefully sometime later tonight or maybe tomorrow is when I'll be streaming.